The Fear Tribunal of Five, which was made up of cruelest patriots, met daily in front of the determined jury. They tried so-called traitors of the people at the Conciergerie, the oldest prison in Paris. On the day Charles' case was to be heard, 15 prisoners had gone before him. All 15 had been condemned in less than 1 hour. A tribunal was made, and the tribunal, it included 5 members. The 5 members were the cruelest patriots. Before Charles' case was to be heard, they heard the case of 15 prisoners, and they announced death sentence for all of them. When Charles was brought forward in front of the tribunal, he recognized Defarge, who was sitting at the front. A woman knitting steadily was sitting next to him. So when Charles was brought in front of the tribunal, he recognized M. Defarge and Ma'am Defarge. They both were sitting by side, sitting with each other. Ma'am Defarge and M. Defarge. She sometimes whispered in his ear and seemed to be his wife. But Charles noticed in the two figures was that although they sat as close to him as possible, they never looked towards him. They seemed to be waiting for something with unshaken determination, and they looked at the jury but nothing else. Charles noticed that lady sometimes says something in the ear of the man, and it appears that the lady is the wife of that man, that we already know, that M. Defarge and Ma'am Defarge, they both share a husband-wife relationship. But Charles Darnay noticed that although the two figures were sat as close to him as possible, but both of them, they never looked towards him. They were only looking at the jury, and they were waiting for some decision. Charles was accused by the public prosecutor as an emigrant whose life belonged to the people according to the law. His head was demanded, and the audience agreed. So Charles was accused by the public prosecutor because he was an immigrant. So the people, they wanted death sentence for Charles Darnay. An enemy of republic, take off his hat. The people were crying like this. The president of the court rang his bell impatiently for silence and turned to the accused. Have you lived many years in England? Yes, but therefore you are an immigrant? Not exactly. I gave up my titles voluntarily and left the country. But you married in England? Yes, but my wife is a French citizen. Her name and family? The daughter of Dr. Manet, the good doctor who sits there. So when the people started shouting, take off his hat, he is enemy of republic, then the president of the court, he just said people to maintain silence in the courtroom, and he asked few questions to Charles Darnay. And Charles Darnay gave the answers of all the questions. The questions were like this, that have you lived many years in England? Charles Darnay said yes. After that he asked questions that you are married in England? He said yes, but my wife is a French citizen. Then the president of the court, he asked that what is the name of his wife and what about the family. Then he said she is the daughter of Dr. Manet, and pointed out towards Dr. Manet. Charles pointed to Dr. Manet sitting among the spectators. When the doctor was questioned, he answered passionately in defense of his son-in-law, telling the court of Charles' trial for treason in England and his loyalty to France. So Charles Darnay pointed out towards Dr. Manet, who was sitting in the audience. Doctor, he gave the answers of all the questions raised in the courtroom, and he also tell that Charles is a loyal French citizen, and he also told the courtroom about the case of treason that he had fought in the England. His answers pleased the court and the crowd, and the cries of save the doctor's son-in-law now replaced take off his hat. The tribunal voted unanimously in Charles' favor. He was free at last. So when people heard about Charles Darnay's case and his loyalty towards his country France, then the people who were earlier crying, take off his head, now they were shouting, save doctor's son-in-law. And finally, the tribunal had given his judgment in favor of Charles Darnay, and he was free at last. The crowd raised Dr. Manette onto the shoulders of two men and carried him through the streets. In this way, they arrived at the quiet street where Lucy had set up house. So, after Charles Darnay was set free, the crowd raised Dr. Manette onto the shoulders and they carried him through the streets, and finally they arrived at the house where Lucy was living. Lucy could not believe her eyes when he saw her husband and her father enter arm in arm. She burst into tears and held them both close. A full 15 minutes passed before she found the courage to look into her husband's eyes. So Lucy was completely, you can say, surprised to see Charles Darnay, and she burst into the tears, and she just held both of them, Dr. Manette and Charles Darnay, close to her, and 15 minutes passed like this. Then after 15 minutes, Lucy gathered all his courage and looked into her husband's eyes. The same night, as they were celebrating Charles' return to family, there was a loud banging on the door. "Oh, father, what can be this? Hide, Charles, hide." So what happened? On the same night they were celebrating Charles' return, somebody was banging on the door. Lucy said. Lucy was scared. He said, "Oh, father, what can be this?" And she instructed Charles to hide. "My child, don't worry. He is safe now. Let me go to the door." Four red caps marched in. "Where is Citizen Armande?" called Darnay, asked the first. Charles stepped forward. "Who wants him?" "I want him. We want him. I know you, Armande. I saw you before the tribunal today. You are again a prisoner of Republic." So finally, when Dr. Manette opened the door, he saw four red caps marched in. Red caps means the soldiers of Republic. They were inquiring about Charles Darnay, and they stepped inside. Then Charles stepped forward and he said, "What do you have to do with Charles Darnay?" And Charles Darnay, he said, "We want him." And they said, "We know you. You are Charles Darnay, Citizen Armande. We saw you today before the tribunal, and we know that today the tribunal has set you free, but now again you are a prisoner of Republic." "But why?" "It doesn't matter why." Dr. Manette, turned into stone by this unexpected visit, recovered and came forward to face the men. So he asked that why, but they said कि it doesn't matter why. It is the only concern is this, that you have to leave the house and you have to come with us. You said you know him. Do you know me, sir? All four men nodded. "We all know you, Citizen Doctor." "Who accuses him?" "The district of St. Anthony." "Will you tell me who reported him?" "It was against the rules. But you can ask that man. He is from St. Anthony." So the doctor said, "You people said that you know him. But do you know me?" They said, "Yes, we know. You are Citizen Doctor." Then Dr. Manette said, "Can I ask who reported against him?" They said, "We can't tell because it was against the rules. But we can tell this thing, that some people from St. Anthony reported against Charles Darnay." Dr. Manette approached the man pointed out to him. The man moved uneasily on his feet and rubbed his beard a little, but finally spoke up. Well, yes, it was against the rules, but he has been reported by the citizen and citizeness Defarge and one other. So after waiting for some time, when Dr. Manette marched towards the man who said that people from St. Anthony reported against him, when he saw that Dr. Manette was coming towards him, he said that citizen and citizeness Defarge reported against him, and one more person reported against Charles Darnay. Do you ask, citizen doctor? Yes. The man looked at doctor with strange look. Then you will answer tomorrow. For the time being, I can say nothing more. So Dr. Manette said, who was the other person who reported against Charles Darnay? Then the person he gave quite strange look. He said, really, you don't know who was the third person who reported against him? Then you do one thing, you have to wait till tomorrow, and tomorrow all the things will be clear to you.